Are you know about the heartbreaking tragic life of Christina Aguilera? She told how she survived her chaotic and abusive childhood. She has a sad tragedy about life. Christina Aguilera is opening up about surviving her abusive childhood. Christina Maria Aguilera is an American singer, songwriter, actress, and television personality. Referred to as the voice of a generation. Christina Maria Aguilera was born on December 18, 1980, in Staten Island, New York, to father Fausto Xavier Aguilera and his wife, Shelly Loraine Fidler. Aguilera's early home life was troubled. Her father, an Ecuadorian immigrant and sergeant in the U.S. Army, was an abusive husband. It wasn't until Aguilera was 6 that her mother managed to end the marriage and move her 2 daughters, Christina and her younger sister, Rachel, to a new life in Rochester, Pennsylvania. Aguilera began her career as a cast member on the all-new Mickey Mouse Club. She rapidly rose to stardom following the release of her hit single, Genie in a Bottle, which earned her a Grammy Award for Best New Artist. Her other hit singles include What a Girl Wants, Come On Over Baby, Lady Marmalade, and the sexually charged Dirty. In recent years, Aguilera has served as a coach and mentor on the singing competition show The Voice Judge. By the spring of 2011, however, Aguilera had gotten back on her feet with a full-time spot on a new television competition, The Voice. Aguilera served as a judge/coach for singers while competing against teams led by fellow musical talents CeeLo Green, Blake Shelton and Adam Levine. While some rumors circulated about behind-the-scenes drama between Aguilera and her team members, the pop star proved to be a strong supporter of her protégés. In the summer of 2011, she even contributed her vocals to Levine's band, Maroon 5, for their mega-hit single Moves Like Jagger. Following The Voice's Season 3 finale in 2012, Aguilera announced that she would be leaving the series for a time. She was replaced by Shakira for the show's 4th season. Around the time she left The Voice, Aguilera released the album Lotus. The record received a lukewarm reception. She fared much better as a featured vocalist on rapper Pitbull's single, Feel This Moment, which the duo performed together on the Season 4 finale of The Voice. Around this time, Aguilera announced that she would be back for the show's 5th season, and she later returned to the judge's chair for Season 8. In an interview on the Call Her Daddy podcast, the Grammy winner spoke about growing up in a chaotic household, witnessing her mother Shelly Kearns be abused at the hands of her father Fausto Aguilera and how it led her to adopt a protector mindset. She said, I grew up in a chaotic upbringing as a very young child, always feeling like a protector and all that, and always felt isolated in my situation. 42 years old Aguilera said, noting that singing became a release and a form of expression for her as a kid. The fighter musician said she realized her upbringing was unsafe when she started feeling fear at home. You have to listen to your body, and fear is something that you innately feel, so right then and there something doesn't feel good, and it's not right. Aguilera developed so much compassion for her mother, but the situation still impacts her as an adult. At 42, I'm still affected by this. It's under the surface, she said. A trauma never leaves you. You just figure out ways to try and heal it, and to me it's therapeutic to speak about it. She recalled seeing her mom go through so much and said it instilled a level of purpose within her. I always want to try and empower other people and people in situations where they feel voiceless and unheard. I just have such a deep-rooted need to try and use my voice, the Playground co-founder said. The star then spoke about how much shame and anger comes along with abusive experiences. It takes a lot for a woman to leave those situations as well, and my heart goes out because some of them don't leave them, and that could vary in a lot of ways, said Aguilera. Sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's fear of authorities not helping, and then it getting worse. Sometimes it feels like there's no way out. She recalled going on night drives from New Jersey to her grandma's house in Pittsburgh with her mom and little sister to escape the abuse. However, there wasn't initially a clean break in her mother and father's relationship. There was some back and forth. There's always the tug of like, I'm never gonna do it again. There's sweet talking involved, said Aguilera. There's a lot of shame also in like, well, why don't you just leave? It is so much more complicated than that, and it's a mental breakdown of self-esteem, and you start to believe someone else's narrative and verbal abuse to you. Detailing that abuse can happen to people with various life experiences, she said that all it takes is for you to believe someone else's negative narrative about you. That's why I'm so adamant with my daughter. I'm like, first time somebody ever hits you, the first time somebody makes you feel not right about yourself, you leave, it continued the burlesque star. I'm so protective mama bear. She recalled feeling super isolated after her family moved to Japan for about 3 years due to her father's work in the army and beginning to sing songs from The Sound of Music out a window to find hope. While living on the army base, Aguilera witnessed abuse outside of her family as well. The walls are paper-thin where we're living, and you can hear abuse happening on the other side of the wall, she said. It's terrifying, and all you want to do is help, but a lot of times even when you call the authorities, you don't get the help that you need, and then the door shuts and you're with your abuser again. Once her career took off with her winning stint on Star Search and subsequent breakthrough role on the Mickey Mouse Club in the 90s, she took on the role of financially providing for her family, which was just Aguilera, her sister and their mom at that point. She said, "When you're in those situations, you grow up really fast and you become an immediate caretaker and protector of the person that's being hurt. So yeah, this is just kind of like my role." So dear viewers, please like this video and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.